Welcome to Bear Care Corner.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome to the program. We are inside again. If you
Yes.
watched Barnside Chat yesterday, you would have noticed we were in the office. There might be a bit of background noise with the air conditioner running. This is the one air conditioner on the property that is running overtime right now, and we are both taking a break from the heat. It has been extreme, to put it lightly.
Yeah, day 3.
Day 3 of a heat dome, which is an extreme weather event. Being released tonight by a thunderstorm.
Hopefully,
temperatures are going a bit more to normal, but these are way above seasonal temperatures, so we've had to do a lot of movements in the last few days while keeping ourselves safe. We will introduce ourselves as folks are tuning in.
Hello, my name is Nicole, senior animal caregiver.
My name is Andrea, the animal care manager. We see a Gail in the comments, and we see a Marilyn. Thank you so much for tuning into our program. Hopefully the sound is okay, but you might hear some fans in the background, because it is extremely hot for the third day in a row. If you can tell.
Toasty. Gail's on YouTube as well.
Gail's
incredible.
I don't even know how you do both.
Yeah, incredible. I love it.
That's some high-tech stuff happening over in Gail's house.
Truly.
If you have any questions during the program, let us know in the comments. We are going to be talking about being a shade sister coming up, but not quite right away. We want to do a quick thermometer update. I think the folks who we're seeing so far are also the folks who saw Barnside Chat yesterday, so they will know, but we're going to do it anyways. Last week we were at $21,405, and as of yesterday, we bumped up to $36,461. Quite a ways to go, but also amazing that we've made it that far thanks to your help, and these are all for the essentials for the residents for the season. Hi, Jerry Lee. Still very hot in Maine.
Oh,
I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. Same for us. Kathy, let us know where you're tuning in from. Nice to see you. Thank you for your comments.
Thank you.
It is still very extremely hot here. We've had to do some pretty extreme movements.
Yes.
Things that we didn't really expect starting Sunday, with pretty much moving all the residents out of the arena. It was just way too hot in there. So we'll tell you a bit about that. We did mention that a bit in Barnside yesterday, just in case you missed it. We also want to mention we've extended our Match Monday from yesterday. You have a bit more time.
Amazing.
There was an extra donation made last night, which will mean your donations are tripled.
Whoa.
And you have until the end of the day to get that. I think we are at, where are we at? 70% of the way there for the match. So really close to unlocking it. Already over 70% of the way unlocking the $10,000 match. That's going to help us move us closer to the donut tree and get closer to, we're not quite at the pond's edge yet, and get that Summer Sparkle fundraiser really rolling. So if you missed it or weren't able to donate yesterday, that is still happening today. So you can head over to happilyeverafter.ca and donate toward our Summer Sparkle. Hello for Kathy. You are from London. Very hot there.
Oh, brutal.
It's a few-hour drive, but I think we're
probably
all in the same. I just talked to somebody from Ottawa this morning. They are experiencing the same thing. So I think this heat dome is quite large.
Yes,
unfortunately.
it seems like it. Yes,
Gail is experiencing 30. Thank you for putting the Celsius.
Yes. 37?
So
oh,
wow. We are going up to 34 today, but it feels like 44 Celsius.
Yeah, brutal.
I don't know why they do the temperatures like that, but the arena at one point yesterday was 40 degrees, which is
extremely unsafe. Yeah, like not appropriate.
So that link will also be in the comments if you can't find it, or if you want to click on that after to donate for our Match Monday, because it is still going. Daniel is raining. That rain is coming here, I think.
We're hoping so.
I don't know how geography and weather works, but we're looking to a thunderstorm starting this evening at some point, which will break up the heat. The humidity is so intense.
I feel like it's worse today, the humidity. Yeah, it's brutal. And it just keeps getting hotter and hotter and hotter. Like every time I go back outside, it's worse and worse.
I just keep saying people stay inside as long as the residents are safe, constantly checking on their waters. It has been brutal. Hi, Mary from Northern California. Let us know what the weather's like there. We're just chatting about the weather a lot right now, because it's
literally taking over our lives.
Yeah, I mean,
all
we can think
extreme. Yeah, exactly.
And getting very creative with solutions for the residents. This is our first summer in this new location.
Yeah, so we're learning a
lot. We're learning that we don't have a ton of shade, which we knew coming into here.
Yeah.
But this is something that we're going to be working on. I sent an essay, a number of paragraphs, pages full of my recommendations from the last few days. So we're going to be going over that this week when Kevin's back in and the team's back in to discuss ways to get the residents more shaded areas. One of those is just putting shades up. So you can become a shade sister and help us out with this specifically for Summer Sparkle if you feel inspired. It's at happilyeverafter.ca if you head over there. click on the Summer Sparkle link, and it's in there. All of the different little Glaze, Confused, Sparkle, Scrot, Itchy, Itch, Witch Club, but specifically Shade Sister. This is something that's really been on our minds.
Especially these
36 hours. Yeah. It's all in there, as well as the raffle. You can become a Shade Sister by heading over there. Sun shades, like actual shades we've been installing. What else are we doing?
Planting trees. I mean, that won't help us right now.
It's a start.
Yes, we are planting trees.
In about 15 years, those trees are going to be glorious.
Yeah, the big thing really is just making sure that the residents are not outside in the direct sun. So that it involves moving everyone inside. Some residents are good at self-regulating. For example, Sammy's herd, they're doing quite well. They have access to pasture, their bog. They do have access to the arena, but also a walkway through over into the stall barn where it's significantly cooler. And I'm shocked that most of them are still choosing to go out to graze for a short period of time.
Keep checking on them.
Yeah, I keep telling them to come inside, but you know, kids.
They're younger.
Yeah,
they're finding
more
with
resilient.
The older folks, even a few years older than them, are having a bit harder time, and we're managing them a bit differently.
Yes, definitely.
From Montreal, which
feeding
probably
inside.
Also hot.
Yeah, oh my gosh, probably.
Feeding inside. Creating areas where they're not in the direct sun, because it's still warm inside, but the direct sun just feels
huge difference.
It feels like we're on a different planet right now. Absolutely. As soon as it hits you, like, you just want to be covered up. You want to be outside of it. There are trees on the property, but they're tree lines. They're not really mixed into the pastures. A lot of the pastures are being used for hay, which Nicole's going to tell you about.
Oh my gosh, right now?
Yep.
Yes, it's happening. Did we talk about it? Oh my gosh, we did talk about it in Barnside yesterday.
On Barnside, we mentioned that the hay was cut the day before while we were on Barnside.
Absolutely wild.
We didn't even know this was happening.
While we were doing Barnside, we realized that the hay farmer came back and everything was baled up by the end of the day.
Beautiful. I don't know if I can show it.
They're incredible. So we were so excited to see that.
About this kind of stuff.
It's incredible. So all that beautiful hay that was drying, it was baled up, but then to add an extra plot twist to it, came in this morning and they were all gone. I left last night. They were still there. Came in this morning. They were all picked up. So like things are moving quickly. Are you going to show the picture? Incredible.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, it's such a good picture.
Yesterday afternoon, drove down, didn't know this had happened. Like, it all happened so quickly. Those are the beautiful bales sitting on the pasture. So you can see a lot of the pastures are completely open. For hay, there's also wheat being, I can see myself double in there. It's kind of weird. Wheat in one of the fields, which is the farmers doing that. It's nothing to do with us particularly. But those edges are lined with trees. So we're trying to find opportunities to move the residents into at least
those areas,
to require fencing, but just tree cover is just a natural coverage. We're not having to install a bunch of things and worry about the sunshades flapping all over the place and checking on those.
Definitely, and I would say that the cows are definitely the most affected by the lack of trees at this point. At our old property, both cow pastures had tons of wooded, brushy areas, so they would just kind of naturally take shelter. You
just go check the midday. They're just in there.
They're just following the shade throughout the day to be able to basically stay out of the sun for as long as possible. And we're seeing the herd do that a little bit now, but they don't have access to a lot of trees and shade. It's basically trees that are on either end of their pasture that offers a little bit of morning shade and a little bit of afternoon or evening shade. So they're kind of
opposite ends.
Yeah, exactly. So being able to extend those pastures out to give them that additional shade will be extremely helpful.
So if we can bump them out a bit, because some of the tree lines are north to south, so they would have shade on the one side in the morning, shade on the other side in the evening, and in the middle they would be accessing there. So the cows are on our mind. So it's I'm gonna say easy. It was manageable to move birds and even the pigs and even April's herd, who are experiencing a lot of mobility issues, into the stall barn over the weekend. But the cows are top of our mind for
next
shade.
Time. Yeah, absolutely.
And getting them shade and whatever that means. They do have barns, but then the barns do kind of hold the heat a bit. So it's different
even with
than shade from a tree.
Yeah, huge difference. Yeah. So they're still doing well. They're still comfortable, but they're definitely, top, kind of closer to the top of the list of folks that we're concerned about.
Yeah, now we're kind of going through what the last 2 days look like, and assuming this is going to happen again.
Definitely.
The temperatures are going down, but it's still going to be summer for a few months, and we'll probably end up with another few heat waves, because that's just how Southern Ontario summers go. Are those bales of hay yours? I think some of them are. Kevin will tell you.
Yeah, Kevin knows
I don't know the
answers.
exchange rate or how
Exchange
exactly
rate?
how they're happening. This is first cut hay, so I actually don't know if we use...
Yeah, that's true. I don't know if we will.
There's a difference, and I don't understand the difference, and Kevin will probably know the difference between first cut, second cut, sometimes third cut. So this is the first time it's been growing all season.
Yeah.
They've just cut it. I don't know if we use first cut. It tends to be coarser, and I don't see that in the rations that we give out.
Yeah, we usually use, like, I would say second cut, like a little bit greener, softer, more kind of like soft fuzzy bits. So
yeah, and so that's going to be growing back. You
Yes.
can see the pasture was shorn all the way down, and once that's grown back, they'll bale it, and we'll probably end up getting some of those. Our hay barn still has some left over, so I don't know how that's getting reshuffled and whatnot. So anyways,
great question for Kevin.
that is, I'll add that to Kevin's list.
Definitely.
So in terms of shade, it is shade tarps, but as well as shelters, bumping out the cow barn potentially to give a bit more space. Like we're reading here, this is the information on the website. It's essential for their well-being, especially those with sensitive skin or thicker coats, and just generally everyone. The pigs don't have a lot of sweat glands, so them being out of the sun is one of the most important things. Keeping their bogs filled to cool themselves off.
Fans running, spraying residents off as needed. Sammy's had a couple spray downs the last couple days.
He's not as tolerant to the heat. He's been smart by putting himself in the stall barn.
Yeah, he's been very good at self-regulating. Yeah, he's been doing a very good job.
He's a bigger man and he's older, and they tend not to be able to regulate as easily. And not having a lot of sweat glands means they're not able to do evaporative cooling as well as we can. What cools you off when you do sweat is the sweat evaporating off. So if they don't have a lot of sweat to begin with, they're not able to do as much.
It doesn't work as well, unfortunately.
No. So fans only do so much. We also learned certain areas the fans just ended up blowing hot air around. So ventilation and all these things that we are learning, which we're hoping to cover with our Summer Sparkle fundraiser, those essentials at the new property, getting the residents comfortable, getting to our $100,000 mark, because that will also mean a very special donut event. Anyone who has donated any amount during the month of June will be invited to that. If you've donated on the website or become a monthly donor, or donated to Summer Sparkle, or on any of the $10 Thursdays.
So those have been extremely
cute.
Any
of the match Mondays. That will all count. How is Obama doing in this heat?
Oh, thank you for asking.
Thank you for that question. I know Andrea particularly is very attached to Obama.
He's doing excellent. So we ended up moving April's herd down into where Obama's herd usually lives in the barn. So we've kind of shuffled and redistributed most of the residents throughout the barn.
Where is he now? He's like in the middle of the...
So he's hanging out with Abraham, Jeannie, and Catherine.
His crew.
His crew. A little bit more
People miss his grandkids right now, but we're still trying to figure out, because not all the stalls are connected. They're kind of just separated right now to get us through the heat dome.
The next
he's
day
having a
or
great
two.
time. He's been shorn kind of recently. I haven't seen him have any sign of heat stress.
No,
particularly.
He's been doing well. He's very smart. He's just taking it easy, enjoying it in the nice cool barn. He's got his fan blowing. We got some watermelons today, so everyone's gonna get a watermelon treat as well. So
hydration.
He is doing well.
He's doing really well. Even Abraham's he's a bigger man, and we're worried about him in the heat. Haven't seen too much heat stress because I think we've done so much preventatively.
Definitely.
It's a much easier thing to prevent than it is to treat, especially like for anybody, even for humans. Once you start getting that heat sickness, it can cause a lot of issues. And that's a great reminder. If you donate a bale of hay, talking about hay, which we're very excited about, there's a raffle on our website. You can win either
this amazing.
Big, beautiful quilt or this wonderful painting. Each ticket is $7, and one bale of hay donated is one chance to win. And you can get as many as you want. Nobody's stopping you. Get all of those. This is how you enter to win there.
Amazing. I mean, I think that you guys have shown the quilt and the painting on Barnside before, but like they are so unbelievably beautiful. Like photos don't do them justice. Like
I would bring them more if we didn't have to walk over to the
walk outside to get them.
It feels like a very long walk on the day like today.
Absolutely.
I just want to bring up this comment here from Isa. Thank you so much. Not the whole thing's going to show up, so I'm going to read it. Blessings to all staff and residents at the sanctuary, and keep them cool and hydrated as well. We just ate some watermelon ourselves.
Yeah, we did. That's true. We
got
did take a watermelon break. Yes.
I won't tell you how to do your job. I know you're all doing a magnificent amount of work to keep everyone healthy. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart.
Thank
a million
you.
hearts. Thank you. So that really means a ton to us.
Yeah.
It is really hard, but we're here to do it for the residents.
Yes,
so,
exactly,
at the end
exactly.
of the day, I'm happy to
That's
be sweating
so
and sad and
to be doing it all for them. Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. And we mentioned this yesterday on Barnside as well, but like while we're running around and sweating and being stressed out, like we're doing it for the residents, but knowing that we have like everyone here backing us and supporting us as well is like, it's incredible.
Okay,
It really
I'd say it
helps.
means the world, but it's just beyond that. It's just like your support keeps us going.
Yeah, absolutely.
In all different ways. Peg, thank you for donating.
Thank you.
Thank you for everyone who has donated so far, and thanks who are planning to donate. That will go toward the match, so that's a perfect time to do it. It has been extended. If you missed that at the beginning, Daniel has a comment here. Obama, Jeannie, Catherine, Abraham are definitely a cool, laid-back group. Agreed. Even though they are slow and mellow, they seem to pop up everywhere. I don't know how they do that. That's true.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're a different vibe for sure.
Yeah, and you know what? They still always surprise us as well because they are laid back most of the time. But you know, Obama has his sassy moments. Jeannie sometimes.
You sent me a video like an hour ago of him squirreling around.
Yeah, you know, they just do their thing.
You just support it. He wanted to scurry around the barn, and Nicole's just like, okay,
of course,
do it. He loves doing a little scurry once in a while. He just pops out of nowhere.
Yeah. Sometimes we just like let him escape. Like, oh no,
when I went in yesterday,
oh no,
I
I left the gate open. I
feel like it's more exciting for them if they feel like they're stealing food when they're not actually like in the back of the cart. You're like, Jeannie's gonna get into
like,
it.
Oh no, I left this pile of hay on the ground. I sure hope Obama doesn't get it.
I think it's
delightful. It's good for us and for them.
Yeah, it's a little bit of everything. Hi, Helen. Thanks for tuning in. Hi from Montreal. I think you were also included in the heat dome.
Yeah, unfortunately. Cool.
I do hope everyone has a place to go to cool off because these are dangerous temperatures.
Seriously,
for everyone. So that's super important to take care of yourself so you can continue taking care of others.
Exactly.
Your companion animals, whoever's in your life.
Absolutely.
It's too hot.
Yes, completely.
This is an unbearable amount of heat. We've been lucky that we do have a space that's cooler. We did realize very quickly that the arena was not a safe space during the heat wave at least, and we're going to reassess some things in there. It's a great big space. But for residents, it might not be the summer space, so we are figuring that out right now. Thank you, Helen, for your comments. If we could be to help you out. We had some volunteers this morning. We have had every volunteer who's on the regular schedule has shown up for shift.
Everybody's been working so hard, and
absolutely miraculous.
Even working extra shifts and staying later, and we're just like scurrying around being like, take breaks, are you drinking water? But everyone is working so hard to make sure the residents are getting what they need. Like even when it's almost 40 degrees, the meals are still being prepped, stalls are still being cleaned. If anything, there's more work to be done because you're doing more frequent rounds for waters, for bogs. If residents are inside more often, that means that the indoor areas need to be cleaned more frequently. So I mean, everybody has just been going harder than ever, honestly, in this heat, and it's incredible. We're so thankful.
And there's some things we've even had to pause, like pasture cleanup. It is not safe to clean pastures
Definitely
right now,
not,
so we're gonna do something making up for that in the next little while, but that's fine. We have work days coming up, and that's where we focus those groups. On the weekends, sometimes we have more folks coming in, so they'll be doing lots of poop pickup. They'll probably be all dried out by then, so it'll be nice and light.
That's true. So we're definitely doing that on purpose.
Yes, absolutely. I said the only way to safely do that right now would be at like midnight.
We'll
have a midnight secret. Midnight poop crew, whatever that looks
would anyone be into that? Let us know.
Come on down. We all always need the help. Thank you so much, Isa. Again, please donate whatever amount you're able to. It's wonderful.
Thank you.
We really appreciate your support. It just keeps us going, keeps the residents safe and healthy, and anything that you can donate, literally any amount.
We always say everything helps.
If everybody chipped in a few dollars, it'll help us get there for the fundraiser. You can become a Shade Sister in particular, but there's also all kinds of options on our website, which is happilyeverester.ca under the Summer Sparkle. Even becoming a monthly donor. There are certain perks with becoming a monthly donor. and you can choose any of these perks for the Summer Sparkle in particular, with a reminder that the Match Monday has been extended. So if you're donating today,
yes, it's a great day to do it. Great day to
do it. We are going to sign off. It's like hotter than yesterday when we were on Barnside, and we lasted as long as we could.
Yeah, we did our very best.
We love being here with you, and we love sharing all this knowledge, but we do need to go cool off.
Yeah, take a break.
Do another round.
Yeah,
we're pretty much doing hourly rounds for the residents, and they're all doing good. They're wondering why we're like hovering over them so much.
I know.
But it's just how it is right now.
Yeah, but everyone is doing well.
I think Daniel's sending the rain up this way, so thank you, Daniel.
Fingers crossed it gets here.
I think it's coming. You know, I keep checking. It says 6 or 7.
Yeah,
like it's gonna be one of those really intense, short thunderstorms because it feels like it's just gonna break that humidity and the heat a little bit.
Yeah.
So we'll get over this hump, and we have lots of plans for the rest of the summer because it's a learning experience for everyone.
Yes, because
even $10 Thursdays continue. I think so.
They're very cute. I really like them.
Fireside chat on Thursday. Kevin will let you know.
Amazing.
Yes. Sorry, I cut you off.
No, I was going to say, we kind of mentioned it earlier too, but I mean, even when we're out of this dangerous heat dome, it's still extremely hot all summer long. So even once we're out of the heat dome, we're still going to be concerned about all of these things. So
always on our
next couple months.
So we appreciate you all so much.
Yes,
I just want to say that. I feel like I cannot say that enough.
Yeah, I agree.
Being here on these programs with your funny comments, with your
love
loving comments. Everything.
Everyone asking about Obama.
It just keeps us going. Like, we're in the middle of our day right now. We've been here since 6:37, running around. So taking this quick break with you guys in the air conditioning.
Yes, it's a delight.
Hopefully you could feel it too. It's just been wonderful. We're going to get back out there. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your donations. And
thank you, everyone.
See you again next time. Bye.
Bye. Thanks, everyone.